So I was initially made aware of this issue earlier this morning while I was running some errands. Had to go get some new tires for the car. So when I'm running around during the day, I listen to my local AM band, and that's how I keep up to date on some of what's going on in the world. And even though I don't take everything there at face value, I still listen, and then I go and do my own independent research. But this story was so outlandish that I just couldn't buy it. I had to go look it up myself, and I did, and I can't believe what I found. Very, very recently, Bono, the lead singer of U2, went up in front of the Senate to explain to them why he thinks that we've been fighting the war on terror wrong all of this time. According to Bono, killing terrorists is the wrong way to defeat them. Yep, this just in. You can't stop the terrorists by killing them. Nope. And what is it that you think that he would suggest as a method to stop terrorists? Well, if you've paid attention to the tagline, as I'm sure you have, yep, that's right. He believes that the proper way to stop ISIS is with comedy. The following video is borrowed from the Wall Street Journal channel. Hopefully they don't mind too much. It's kind of hard to find this content at the moment, or at least content that's as complete since the situation is so fresh. Proper credit will be given in the description. Without further ado,
we forget how elusive maleness is in a world where materialism decides your machismo. If you've no access to material things, you exaggerate your maleness. I think we have.
Now, even though Bono is attempting to use this bit of information as a descriptor to describe ISIS and why ISIS does what they do, my initial impression is that it shows just how out of touch this country's wealthy are with not only with the reality of the everyday person, but with reality in general. No, this is not because they don't have a lot of material things, Bono. This is because they are not educated. These are people who have failed to evolve with changing society, with the change in global society. These are people who have failed to evolve with the evolution of technology. It has nothing to do with machismo. I mean, come on. What world do you have to live in where you think that machismo... I mean, who even uses the word machismo, honestly?
Think about young men and think about that. And it's funny, you're going to... don't laugh.
No one's laughing yet.
But I think comedy should be deployed.
Oh, yes, comedy, precisely. Wait. What?
But I think comedy should be deployed.
So what you're saying is that we've been doing it wrong this whole time?
Because if you look at National Socialism and Daesh and ISIL, this is the same thing. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. They're very vain. They've got all the signs up there. Really, it's show business.
See, and this is the shit that drives me absolutely nuts about people like Bono. He's not a military man. He's not a tactician. He's not a combat veteran. He's an actor and an artist, a music artist. And he goes, oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. We've seen this before. It's show business. Right, so of course he would attempt to equate it to something he does know. This is a sort of vain way to make him look like an expert. But what does he think is coming out of the business end of these guys' AK-47s? You think they're shooting rainbows? Do you think it's for pretends? It's just show business? People die. It's not just show business. People freaking die. Where does... I mean, what kills me is that he's actually given a soapbox to talk on. I mean, they actually give him a soapbox to talk on. How am I supposed to take this seriously? I mean, how is anybody supposed to take the process seriously when a guy like Bono can go up on frickin' stage? And we're gonna call it stage because at this point, that's what the Senate is. They're acting. They're treating this like it's a production, and they give him a soapbox to talk about defeating ISIS with comedy. Are you people for real? I mean, what are we even doing anymore?
And the first people that the Weimar, the Adolf Hitler threw out of Germany were the Dadaists and the Surrealists. It's like,
So, it's no big shock that Bono would use obscure art movements such as Dadaism and Surrealism as examples of why he feels that art and comedy has power over tyranny and evil. Um, it's a ploy. It's a way to use, a sort of obscure art format as a way to support your anecdotal evidence. Let's. I mean, can you really take this any more out of context? I mean, yeah, let's go ahead and forget about the millions of Jews, blacks, homosexuals, gypsies, mentally insane and homeless that were all thrown out of Germany, or mostly by genocide or by working them to death. Let's go ahead and just take it out of context and ignore those aspects of Third Reich Germany. I mean, let's focus on the art after all. I mean, won't somebody please think of the art?
you speak violence, you speak their language, but you laugh at them when they're goose-stepping down the street, and it takes away their power.
Okay, so this is where I have to ask people to use their intelligence, right? So, if you make fun of them for acting like a bunch of Nazis, it takes away their power. And then what? They lay down their arms and go, oh, well, they're not taking us seriously, so, yeah, I guess we'll just give up. I mean, that whole thing where, we wanted to go ahead and bring about the apocalypse and the end of days, I mean, that whole bit about getting rid of everybody who's not Muslim, we'll just go ahead and, we'll just give up. I mean, I know we've been fighting to the death for this for, years and years and years, and some of us for all of our lives, but, they're not taking us seriously. I mean, I can't work with this. Just, I give up, right? I give up. Yep. If I don't have any power over you, if I don't have any, fear-based power over you, I just, I can't do it. I just can't work under these conditions. I quit. Really? Honestly? I mean, does anybody else believe this? I mean, I'm sorry I'm so giggly here during this video, but, I mean, is anybody taking, I mean, can anybody look at this seriously? I mean, if you see this seriously, tell me why you think that this has some sort of basis in reality. I want to know. Please tell me.
So I'm suggesting that the Senate send in Amy Schumer and Chris Rock and Sacha Baron Cohen. Thank you.
Actually, that's not the first time I've heard experts on how do we counter violent extremism talk about that.
I'm actually serious. Yeah. Not about the three characters.
And it is one of the things that I know we're looking at.
Oh my god. You see how these guys, it's almost like he's being humored? I mean, okay, so supposing that the older lady in this video is not, just saying this out of the kindness of her heart, what's astonishing is that it's not the first time they've heard this. Really. That means that there are actually other people alive that think exactly like this. Really? Oh my god. Alright, listen. If you liked the video, tell me. If you didn't like the video, tell me. For everybody that's been watching lately, I want to thank you for your support. If you love the video, throw me a like. If you don't. If you hate it, throw me a dislike. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm thoroughly enjoying talking with people, connecting with people over the comments section. I've been having a great time with that. So again, thank you to all of you who have taken the time to talk to me, and let me know what you think of this video. All right, bye.